Computer Science, welcome back to our 5th installment of Khan Academy. Okay, we're going to be doing a couple more things with variables today. Okay, so let's start out by clicking on the comp sci section, programming basics. Okay, and then click on where it says more variables. Okay, where we see that our Winston character pop up. Okay, and then once we're there, I want you to click on new program. Okay. Now today we're going to use variables again, but we're going to use them more to our advantage. Okay. Kind of to place certain parts of what we're going to create where we want them in the picture. Okay. And in case for some reason we wanted to change them, okay, the whole picture would then change because we have the variables in place. Okay. Think of our variables as like a placeholder. Okay. A placeholder for some sort of data. Okay. Whether it be a circle, okay, a rectangle, a face, okay. Okay, so we're gonna create here. We're actually going to recreate a famous video game villain. Okay, that's right, you guessed it, the Red Ghost from Pac-Man. Okay, so I'm just gonna title my project Red Ghost. Okay. Now at the very top of our code screen, we're going to create two variables. Okay, we're going to have a variable for our x-axis, and we're going to have one for our y-axis. Okay, so we're just going to call them simply variable x and variable y. So just like in Code Academy, type in var x equals, and we're going to set that equal to 200. Okay, semicolon. Okay, variable y, we're going to set that equal to 175. Okay, now, we didn't really discuss this much, but think of this box right here where you're going to see our picture displaying. Think of it as like the top right-hand quadrant of an XY axis. Okay, so this would be 0 right here, and it goes all the way up to 400. Okay, so if our x point, okay, x goes from right to left on our x and y axis. Okay, so 200 would be in the middle of the page. Okay, so we're putting our ghost right in the middle of the page with that. If we're setting the x value to 200, and then y, okay, y starts here at 0, okay, and then goes up to 400 this way. Okay, so 175y, it's about right here, a little bit under the immediate center of the page. Right, let's make sure that's a semicolon, not a colon. Okay. So first we're going to set our background. Let's do our // for our comment. We're going to label these so we know what our code is. And then we're going to type in background. Okay. And we want a total black background. You could change it in there, but I'm just going to delete that and put 0, 0, 0. Again, that's for we want it completely pitch black. Okay. We do not want a stroke or an outline, so we're going to put no stroke. Okay, parenthesis, close parenthesis, nothing inside there. Okay, and then our semicolon. All right. So let's start with, we're kind of creating a ghost. He really doesn't have a face per se, but let's start with like the top part of his body. We're just going to call it face though. Okay, so // face. We're going to label this as his face. It's kind of where his eyes are going to sit. First, we're actually going to put in the color first, okay? Because color, again, it needs to go over the top of the shape that we're making. Okay, and we're actually going to leave this as the default. We're going to leave this as red. Okay, so again, okay, we have our red, green, and blue data set for background. Okay, we should have 0 for our green and blue, and then 255 for our red. So we're making it as red as it could possibly be. Okay, and then we're going to create an ellipse. Okay. Now again, our ellipse, we have our x and y axis point where we're going to put it. Okay, and then we're going to adjust the size of it with our width and our height. Okay, so we're simply just going to put x and y. Okay, we're going to use our variables for this. Okay, that's where they first come into play. Our width is going to be 213, and our height is also going to be 213. close parenthesis, semicolon. Okay. You see a red circle, that's what should pop up. Okay, now we're going to use rectangle here to make the bottom part of his body. Okay, so let's do our double slash mark body for our comment. Okay, I'm going to fill it with the same color. Okay, but this time we're going to use a rectangle. Okay, and rectangle is the same in terms of your data set as we use for our ellipse. We have our x on our y point. Okay, we're locating it, and then our width and our height to give it some size. Okay, so here we're going to use our variable again. Okay, but we don't want it at the 200 point. We actually want it lower than that. Okay, we want it at like around 90, 100. Okay, so we're actually going to subtract our variable by 106. And I know you're saying, Corey, why don't we just put in like 94, man? Okay, and I'll show you why later. Okay. For our y point, we're actually going to leave that the same. Okay, so it stays right about here. Okay. Our width is going to be 212. Height will be 120. Okay, good. It should look something like that. Your rectangle is kind of going into your circle. All right. Let's create his eyes. All right. So we're gonna have fill. Okay. We want to give him kind of like an off-white color. Okay. So we're gonna do 247 for his red. For the green, we'll do 247 as well. Space that out. And then for blue, 244. Okay, kind of gives us like an off grayish color. All right, our eyes are going to be circles, so we'll do ellipse. Okay, we're going to put in an equation again. X minus 50. Okay, y minus 5. Okay, and they can be connecting, that's fine. Okay, width 40, height 60. Cool. There we go. Okay, we're going to create his other eye. We don't need to put another fill in there. I'm actually going to copy this and paste it right underneath the first eye. We're just going to change the data set up a little bit. Okay, we're going to actually change this to x plus 50. Okay. So we were about like we're at the 150 point here. Okay, we're at like the 250 point over here on the x-axis. They're both symmetrical with each other. Okay, for your geometry folks out there. Okay, now we need to give them kind of like a light blue pupil. Okay, so do hashtag pupil. I keep saying hashtag, I'm sorry. Double slash mark for our comment. Yes. Okay, we're going to fill that with 4. $194 for our green. Okay, $219 for our blue. Okay, a lot of blue, less red. Okay, we'll do 2 ellipses. Okay, and these are kind of go get inside his eye, so it's going to be. You'll notice the data set looks similar to the eyes. Okay. So we have x minus 50. Okay, same as this. Y plus 3. Okay, width 30, height of 40. Okay, I'm going to copy that, paste it right underneath, okay, and then I'm going to change our x minus 50 to x plus 50. Okay, I'm going to leave that as the rest of it as is. All right, there we go. Okay, we just need to make him look more ghostly. Okay, so let's work on his legs. Gotta give him that ruffled look on the bottom. He's looking kind of just like a weird shape now. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create ellipses down here, kind of give him like a ruffled look. Okay, so we're gonna fill him with 252. It's still gonna be almost the same as the basic red we're using, just a little different, so it pops out a little more, so it sticks out from the rest of the colors. Okay, I'm going to do ellipse. I'm going to create 3 ellipses here. X minus 71, Y plus 115. Okay, height and width both are going to be 71. All right. I'm going to copy, paste that right underneath it for our second ruffle. There you go. So these look a little weird right now, but we'll fix them. Don't you worry. Okay, we're going to change that to X plus 71. Okay, and then I'm gonna do another paste right underneath. Okay, I'm just gonna make this X. It's gonna go right in the middle. Okay, gonna leave that the same. Gonna leave the rest of it the same, and there we go. Okay, you're saying, all right, Court, he's looking good, but he's not looking. We gotta make him look fierce. I mean, he's a villain here. He's Pac-Man's arch nemesis. Okay, no worries. Okay, we're gonna fill him. Okay, same color as the ruffles. 3. Okay, and 3. And then we're going to give him 2 different ellipse values. Going to kind of give him a squinty eye look. Kind of make him look like he's staring a hole through you. X minus 33. Okay. Y minus 35. Okay. Width of 33. A height of 40. All right. You can see him. He's looking intense right now. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to change this to X plus, okay, and this is going to be 34, okay, 34. Okay, just switching up a little bit, and ta-da, we have our red ghost. Let's save him first. Okay, just hit save project. It'll save to your My Programs. Okay, now, like, why did we put on all those variables, Court, right? Why couldn't we just put numbers in for our data set? And I'll show you. Okay, let's say we wanted to move his body over. Okay, let's say like over, like to the right a little more, 100. We wanted to bump him over. We could easily just go in there, okay, and then switch this stuff up. Okay, we're not going to do that, okay, because he's looking weird. But it's easy to do that while leaving the X and the Y points the same. Okay, so that's the reason why we do it. Okay, you don't have to switch that up. Okay, this is just to show you why we use them. Okay, I think they're important. They'll save us time from writing a lot as well if we're putting in multiple variables. All right. Best of luck. Okay, we used the only real new thing we used was variables in an equation. Okay, and then our rectangle, which is pretty much the same data set wise as our ellipse. All right. Best of luck. Okay, and I will see you for part 6.